Deputy Chairman of the Russian Security Council, Dmitry Medvedev, reported that 422,000 personnel had signed contracts with the Russian armed forces to fight in the war against Ukraine in 2025. This figure prompted Z bloggers to question the casualties. This dangerous topic was raised in his Telegram blog by Russian angry patriot Maxim Kalashnikov. He recalled that over the past 2 years, the size of the Russian army has remained unchanged at 750,000 soldiers. So, the arithmetic of war. Last year, 422,000 people signed contracts. In 2024, 440,000. In 2023, 300,000. Plus 300,000 mobilized in the fall of 2022. A total of 1,460,000. And the troops at the front are still the same 750,000. So where did the difference in numbers go? I think we roughly see the price of a trench war of attrition, the Z propagandist stated. He clarified that these disappeared 700,000 people were clearly not dismissed, as leaving the Russian army is virtually impossible today. Even seriously ill Russian soldiers are sent to fight. It's important to note that the topic of casualties in the war against Ukraine is taboo in Russia. The numbers of soldiers killed are classified. Anyone who dares to speak about it risks repression. Let's clarify that the claim of 700,000 casualties cannot be considered reliable, as it is based on official Russian government figures on troop recruitment. The extent to which these figures are accurate is unknown. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, in less than 4 years of war, the total losses of the Russian armed forces have exceeded 1.2 million people. Russia's senior military leadership is distorting reality and greatly overstating its territorial gains in the war against Ukraine. Ukrainian Armed Forces General Staff spokesperson Dmytro Lykovy said in a comment to Interfax Ukraine, reacting to a recent claim by Russia's General Staff about the amount of land seized by its troops. Lacking any truly meaningful successes on the battlefield, Russia's Chief of the General Staff, Gerasimov, cited figures for the number of square kilometers of Ukrainian territory captured since the beginning of January that are twice as high as the real ones. He inflated the size of territory occupied by Russia in 2025 by the same factor, Lykovy said. According to him, Russian forces have achieved only limited tactical advances, gaining ground at the cost of extremely heavy personnel losses. He noted that in the first 15 days of 2026 alone, Russia lost 14,120 troops, killed and wounded. For Gerasimov, his soldiers are expendable material, while for Ukraine, the life of every defender is the highest value. At the same time, even when forced to withdraw in certain areas under pressure from a numerically superior enemy, the armed forces of Ukraine have neither at the start of 2026 nor throughout last year allowed any strategic territorial losses, the General Staff stated. Lykovy added that Ukrainian units continue to carry out counter-offensive actions.
A dramatic video of an avalanche at Russia's Elbrus ski resort in the Caucasus has gone viral. According to Associated Press, the footage, released by local emergency services, shows a massive volume of snow cascading down a mountainside. Officials said the avalanche was artificially triggered following heavy snowfall in the region. Emergency services said controlled avalanche releases are conducted regularly at the resort to prevent damage and casualties from uncontrolled snow slides. Since the beginning of the year, 10 such operations have been carried out, with no spontaneous avalanches recorded, according to officials.
Мы все надеемся. Накрывает все по машинам.
Что-то до нас достанет, мне кажется. Мне кажется.
Бам! Все. Все.
Господи.
Боже. Как красиво. И все.
И все раз. Что-то до нас достанет, мне кажется. Мне кажется.
Бам! Все. Все.
Господи.
Боже. Как красиво. И все.
И все раз.
И с той стороны.
Кстати, ты сам папа, смотри, вот. Она не безопасна. Сядьте в машины.
Больные люди. Давайте в машину садись.
Машины сядьте в машины.
Подожди, вон эти не садятся. Если не
Да
садятся...
идет, говорю.
Окно закрой свое.
Быстро! Дима, закрывай окно! И с той стороны.
Кстати, ты сам папа, смотри, вот. Она не безопасна. Сядьте в машины.
Больные люди. Давайте в машину садись.
Машины сядьте в машины.
Подожди, вон эти не садятся. Если не
Да
садятся...
идет, говорю.
Окно закрой свое.
Быстро! Дима, закрывай окно!